Hello and welcome to the September 30th, 2010 video version of Invested Central's Chart of the Day. I'm Tom Boley, Invested Central's Chief Market Strategist, and it's my pleasure to provide you today's Chart of the Day. This Chart of the Day is brought to you by StockCharts.com, simply the web's best financial charts. Before we get into today's chart, I want to just update you on a Chart of the Day that we put out a couple of weeks ago. Quantum Corp, the ticker symbol QTM. This was a stock that was trading about $1.67, was just making a breakout out of a bottoming head and shoulders pattern. The stock's actually run about 20%, a little over 20% in the last 2 weeks. And the reason I mention it is that we are providing 2 additional small stocks, almost with identical patterns to QTM. They are going to be provided to our Plus members this evening for tomorrow's trades. So if you're looking for an opportunity maybe to join Invested Central and to see all that we have to offer, you can jump in, check us out for $9.95 for the first month. It's $9.95, and you can get these 2 additional stocks that are going out to our Plus members tonight. So I wanted to point that out. Also, the stock that we're looking at tonight is another company that is just breaking out of a head and shoulders pattern, or a reversing bottoming head and shoulders pattern. So even though the market's been straight up, there are still opportunities in stocks that are just starting to look better technically. So I wanted to point that out. On Whirlpool, ticker symbol WHR, this is about a $6.1 billion consumer goods company. What this chart does not show you is that back in 2009, Whirlpool bottomed under $20 a share back in March of 2009, and it ran all the way up to almost $120 a share in about 13 months. So the stock went up about 500% in 13 months, and then needed a pullback, and that's what we've seen. Now, it's been pretty lengthy, and most looking at the chart probably wouldn't want anything to do with it. But let me point out a couple things here, because this stock is going through what I consider to be almost a picture-perfect, classic bottoming type formation. As we were going lower here throughout the process, you can see that the MACD had been riding lower. But notice here, from the low in late August to the low in the second week of September, notice how the prices are lower, but the MACD starts turning up rather noticeably. What this tells us is that momentum is slowing in the stock. The selling momentum is slowing. And normally what we look for is a 50-day test to kind of reset that MACD, so that that positive divergence it forms it essentially springs the stock forward, moving up to test its 50-day moving average. You can see that's 0.2 right here. And at the same time, you can see that the MACD has continued to move higher, even though we had a pullback, which is 0.3, to mark a higher low. And then you can see this move back up now, moving through the 50-day moving average on some pretty nice volume, and that's 0.4. The MACD is now just crossed through the center line. You can see by looking at this 0.06 over here, you can tell that it's positive, meaning that it is above the center line as opposed to below it. So now we've got a 12-day moving average, exponential moving average, which is now above the 26-day moving average. All the MACD is it's the moving average convergence divergence. All it does is takes the difference between 2 moving averages. In this case, our standard moving averages are the 12-day and the 26-day. So this tells us that the bulls are starting to gain momentum on the stock as it makes this break above the 50-day moving average. But it's not just this bottoming formation that we see here with the positive divergence. Take a look at this left shoulder moving up to the neckline just above 80, back down here to the low, putting in a head, back to the neckline, pulling back, putting in the right shoulder here at 75, and now pushing through. A break above the neckline measures $9.5 from 71 to 80.50. So on a breakout, this measures up to $90 initially. So I think WHR looks pretty interesting here, and it is definitely worth your consideration. I hope you've enjoyed our presentation today. Be sure to check out our chart of the day every day at investedcentral.com. While you're there, sign up for our free weekly Market Pulse newsletter. Have the chart of the day emailed directly to you. Happy trading.